And we are live, and for whatever reason, the camera is zoomed way back. It usually I have, set to come in a little more. So you just get a panorama view. But hello, everybody. And I realize it's just a handful folks right now. I'm sure that'll be trickle in a few minutes. We just happen to be reasonably on time, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not 8:45. It's
Yeah. Surprise.
yeah. Well, and see, I was convinced that we were going to be late because we had company over about an hour ago. So I was sitting there, oh, let me go ahead and get everything together, and what do you know? Here we are. So, um, but we're here, and I guess we'll kind of I don't know, and enjoy ourselves for a minute while people start to come in.
I want to say something.
Okay, sure. Oh,
Sharon has something to talk about, and I'm sure she was going to, but I'll just.
What prod me about the?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, all right, and I will be reiterating this, as people come in. But you were probably talking about this, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I don't. How well can you see it from here? I tell you what. Let me show you. This is a brand new book, and here I will step over. Now the thing is, this is a proof. I have to. I corrected a couple of things in it, and I have to send off for that. And once I have that done, then it can go live. So I'm expecting the official release date to be around, April 1 or thereabouts. And I know I can almost hear Mama going, ha ha ha, April Fool, but because that was also her birthday. But this year it's also roughly the date of the spring Akitu beginning. It's Mesopotamian New Year. So this book,
what's the title?
In Praise of Ishtar, Modern Day Worship of the Ancient Goddess. And yes, it's a very thick book about this much of it is actually rituals for an entire calendar year. So yeah. But the thing is, it's nice and spread out too. The whole thing is, I try to make things like this where it's easy to read. So if you're, maybe creeping towards middle age like we are, or if you're reading by candlelight and you're trying to get the right ambiance, you can still see what you're looking at.
I am a young person, thank you.
Yeah, well, it's relative. There are folks that would say yes, we are still young, but other folks that would say we're totally old and uncool, or at least have to teach. Or at least have to teach us things like the whip and the nay-nay. Okay, that's like, what the heck?
There are a few moments in life that I'm glad I can't walk. That was one of them.
Yeah, being shown, 2010s-ish,
I'm glad.
Dance moves, I guess.
I never thought I would be able to say, thank you, God, for the physical movements I can't pull off.
So let me see if I can adjust this a hair. Well, okay, now you got a little bit of the cool water, vase, illustration bowl there, but
it's okay.
Yeah, it should work. Yeah, and you see a little bit of my cork board. So
that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Well, hey, howdy! I return after like a month. Hey, that's cool. I'm glad to see everybody here. Not the whipping, nay. Yes. Actually, Nathaniel, our adopted, he turns 22 this year, and so he was explaining that to us, and he played the song, and Darren and I both, we're extras, and we're like, what? Of course, we're the generation that is being aimed at with all the billboards and the things that are spoofing I like big something and I cannot lie, because they take big butts and they change it to big boards for billboards. I love a friend of ours had a T-shirt. There's I like big bots and I cannot lie, and it's a couple of Transformers. But there's like 1,000,006 variations on that because of the song "Baby Got Back." So that was Doofus for then, and I guess for the kids now it's the whip and the nay nay. So, that being what it is, tonight we're honoring Anapu and Bastet, everyone's favorites. You have a feast for robing Anubis, although he's already robed here. But Bast had a spring festival that was chewing onions. Ironically, at least from the records that we have, onions were not part of the temple offerings. They were not part of the official offerings for that feast. But my guess is that it was something of a folk tradition, that people would eat certain things that had onions in them. Because really, when you think about it, holidays and food, are very closely intertwined. We can all think of holidays, that we observe that have certain foods associated with them. That was probably the case for them too. So for here, I've got some red onion and also a couple of leaves of cilantro that I picked today. So the first bit of harvest on the pita bread for Bastet. Also, my hunch about what was the significance of onions, because there's an alternative tradition that says, oh, well, it has to do with, the eye of Ra and causing tears, and, the tears are from the eye, and da-da. I think it actually has to do with the fact that onions were used as a snake repellent. And we know that they would, and this is something that's continued to the present day. Holes in the wall where you might have, vermin, they would put onions in them to try and keep the snakes away. And when you consider that one of the jobs of the Eye of Ra is to go after certain snakes, I think that's where the onions might come in. So this is celebrating her role as the snake killer par excellence. So that's why we're making sure we, have some onion for Bastet. Okay. Now I'm hungry. Oh yeah, yes. Onions are bad for dogs and cats, and I keep them away from Indiana as well. Pretty much, if it's bad for a dog or a cat, it's going to be bad for a duck too. Yeah, that's our treat, not hers.
Yeah, it is interesting that Anubis likes what dogs can't have, and Bast likes what cats can't have.
Yeah. Now, Annika will also enjoy a good steak. So, and what was funny was he kind of perplexed our friend, who is very much a child of Anapu, and he wanted her to have a steak, and part of that is she was doing vegetarian for a long time. It's like, look, I think he might have been trying to encourage her just eat more, because she wasn't eating enough good things at the time. But yeah, Anubis likes steaks. So let's go ahead and get started. We've gotten a kind of a group together here. So were they the same onions as the ones we have now? Okay, and there's walking onions. Might that be important? Yeah, the walking onions. Yeah, it's like they grow, and then they send something up like a bulb at the top, and as it fills out and it falls over, it plants in the ground, and then it grows up and sends another one. So they call them walking onions.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I don't know about that, but they probably weren't red onions. I don't know what the cultivar of onion would have been, because we have to keep in mind a lot of the stuff that we get in the store now is a little different. But I mean, you see pictures of like bunches of onions or leeks, which have a little bit milder flavor, and you can see the greens on them. So this is just kind of a local flavor. So So let's go ahead and get started. We'll see if those cool waters maybe aren't so cool this time. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. This Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, O Yunachuru. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. We've cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. I guess I didn't
Stop laughing. That's not funny.
I guess that didn't work as planned, huh?
Nope.
Hey.
Not.
In case anyone missed it, at the very beginning of the broadcast, Darren was saying that his hands were feeling very warm. And so maybe, it wouldn't be quite so freezing when we did the waters, but apparently that didn't work out.
No, it was worse than normal.
So what you need are cold hands.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. but in the so doing, he probably would be even more uncomfortable. So,
well, I don't know. Ice bucket challenge.
Oh, bite your tongue.
Oh yeah. We were supposed to have a little bit of sound. We'll go ahead and do that. Kind of get ourselves in the right frame of mind here. And by the way, I initially was thinking of having Indiana and her little quack pack in here with us, but she's sleeping right now. She was beak tucked under wing, so we're letting her nap. But I did take some video of her this week, so there are going to be some little duck videos, in the future. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who's tuning in with us now, will be joining us in the future, and has been with us in the past. This eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
We'll light our candle for Mama Sekhmet, that she may bring peace and healing and strength to all those who need it. Come on. Stay home. And to Mahas, to continue to protect us through storm season, because we have more storms on tap this weekend. May he protect us as he protects Ra from his wicked foes. Oh, bless you, Savannah. A super sticker for the cool waters.
Thank you.
You arise in the Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your right side, or excuse me, placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Anapu, O Bastet. Hail and praise, O Yunachuru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his fet. May you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters that are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oh, you know true. These cool waters are the eye of Horus. Your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yanochuru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you and cleanses you. It adorns you and takes its place upon your hands. O Yanochuru, we give to you this eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yanochuru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, Anapu, Bastet, O Yanochuru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure, pure is Bastet within her house, and Anapu within his house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance. Thousands of offerings, all things good and pure for Ra, for Bastet, for Anapu, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your body, O Anapu. Come to your body, O Bastet. Come to your bodies, O Yonachuru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Anapu, before Bastet. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. I think I wanted this one. O Ra Horaketi and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkapura. Your foes retreat from you, and Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. All right, that'll be the end of this bottle. Now, from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead. We light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way into Wat. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. I'll tell you what, we're going to crack open a brand new one for them. Horechruta henkets kakao abdus naturmahat khutnibet nafreb wabed alchen naturim cow and alkufunibu machrunibu firnachra. Voice offering, bread and beer, thousand of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. And now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your cause shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. This fat is cast out by your word, and rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Oh, okay. Oh, well, thank you so much for the sticker. Oh, I know. Don't worry about being late. Yeah, actually, there's some variations. You're asking about how to spell Netru. Now, I spell it with an O, Netru, but that's, again, drawing from what we've inferred from Coptic. But there's going to be variations because it's kind of like with Arabic and other languages that are written in an alphabet different from the Roman ones, and how do you change it over? And so you're going to have variations. So you're close enough. We know what you mean, and they know what you mean. That's the important part. So. Yes, and the thing, anytime you hear names, that's a Kemetic Orthodox interpretation, and that's something that we're not going to get into here. But that's unfortunately sometimes you can tell where something comes from by the terminology that they use, and that's one of those examples. When you hear that you're reading something that traces back to their theology, basically. But we're going to read something for Bast and something for Anapu. And then we'll do our fortunes. So, just hold tight, and we'll get to those cookies because we're going to draw one for everybody. And remember, our fortune from last week was "Don't worry, be happy." And certainly good advice over this past week. It's been kind of a stressful one, but I'm sure they're going to have some more words of wisdom for us tonight. So, hail and praise unto you, Bastet, Lady of Love, Lady of Life, daughter of Atum, firstborn of the Lord of all, greatest goddess, Lady of Heaven, mistress of all the gods. You open the movements of Shu, for he is your messenger. You slaughter with your arrows. You slay the evil one and seize the hearts of the wicked foes. Lady of the shrine, foremost of the sacred fields, mistress of perfume, mistress of joy, O eye of Horus, O eye of Ra, Uraeus, whom Ra loves, protect us until the dawn. Hail and praise, O Anapu, great God upon your mountain, master of secrets in Duat, ruler of the west, fair son of Osiris, great physician who heals, your seal is our protection, crown prince of the Aeneid, keen-faced among the gods, you stand at Osir's side, you serve the blessed dead, they live because of you. By the way, there was a service that some folks on the Discord did a while back, and somebody shared a poem that they had written for Anapu that was really, really nice. And I don't think I have the link to it anymore, so somebody will have to ping me with it. But I think she had given permission for us to put that on the website. because there's some folks who have written some really, really beautiful things, and I think it would be great if we could compile them. And I think some folks have even been working on that, so that we can share them. But, so let's go ahead and we will start with a cookie for everyone. So yes, I'm seeing some cookie icons popping up here. So oh my. Yeah, so for our folks who tune in after the fact, and who'll be watching this a little later on, this is for you too. And we got 2 of them tonight. So I think we'll start with the one that landed in the bowl. Your heart will have a capacity for love. All right, that's the first one. Now, the second one. Your endeavors will look fruitful. Very interesting. Your heart will have a capacity for love, and your endeavors will look fruitful. I think this is something we're gonna have to think on this one. But let me go ahead and go through some of these. Yeah, alrighty. Oh goodness, Katie says my parents had to put their cat of 18 years down last week.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
We understand.
Yeah. Yeah, because we had that happen with our ducky Yotsuba right after Christmas. It was the day after Christmas, and she was not quite 12. Had she made it to the beginning of this month, she'd have been, full calendar 12 years old. And yeah, with our pets, when we want them to stay with us, forever, but their lives are just not as long as ours. But our lives are better for having them. So
that's a fact.
But okay.
Our love and sympathy, sweetheart.
Yeah. Okay, Twisted Silence is now you're saying you're new to these sort of things. I would be careful with the other folks, because a lot of folks that are here had unhappy experiences with them. And I'm not going to get into that too much because of where we are and what we're doing. But yes, what they do, their whole view is that, they refer to the deities as names because the idea is one, source. That's why they are the house of Netjer, is the house of God. And then all these other divinities are names of God. That's their interpretation. Whereas our view is, for one, it's ultimately up to you. If you see them that way, that's fine. But the ancient sources didn't really see it that way. That everything that people have looked at now in, the more recent scholarship has said, hey, they were polytheists, and it's okay to be polytheists, and we should stop trying to rewrite our understanding, rewrite what the ancient sources said just to try to make the Old Testament make sense, which is really what, early scholars were trying to do. They were trying to prove the Bible. And so they were going and digging in the sands in Egypt and trying to make it sound like, oh, well, the really learned Egyptians were, believe really the same thing as, the Jews of the Old Testament. and it was just the perversion of it that made it polytheist. No, that's how it started. That's how most of the world started, was, polytheistic societies, and monotheism is something that evolved later. And, there are some purists that don't like that idea, but, if you want to be honest and look at, the text sources, that's how they saw it. That's how they referred to it. You could have somebody, focus on one God. And that's why, like in our prayer to Bast, that we're reading, we call her greatest goddess, and then we'll turn around and we'll address another deity as the greatest. In that moment, we're putting all of our energy to them. But they're not, there's no vanishing point, except maybe at the very beginning, the creator. But the whole idea is that creation means things are changing and manifesting, and you're having more deities, not fewer. So that's the whole idea, is that we, there could be new divinities come up because, there's a new aspect of creation that needs, someone presiding over it. Who knows? But that's why we do what we do, and that's why we're a little different. So it's just keep watching videos and stuff. There's like a whole library of them. I've got different playlists and stuff that kind of break that down. Ask people on the Discord. I'm sure somebody's going to toss the link for that up. So there's the nice thing is now there's a lot more that you can learn about than there was. When I was starting out 15 years ago. Well, longer than that, really 20 years ago, the KO was the only game in town, really. Unless you went and found some other groups that were, trying to keep a low profile to avoid them. But now you've got a proliferation, and it's better that way, because that's the way the gods, Kepri manifests and transforms and evolves, and you have, more and more things. He's the one who made himself into millions. That's our take. So with that, let's see. Yeah. But we're going to start with Mermaidic American, and then go to King Wicca and Katie Horton, and then Ashley, and we'll go down the list. So. And Mermaidic American, is this your first time here? Let's see what your fortune says. Right now, there's energy pushing you in a new direction. So, Mermaidic American, right now, there is energy pushing you in a new direction. Which is, I think, very positive, especially when you consider that we have, for the fortunes for everyone, your heart will have a capacity for love, and your endeavors will look fruitful. So, it all sounds very positive. So, King of Wicca, your turn. Yep. There we go. You will try a new way of making your favorite drink. King of Wicca, you will try a new way of making your favorite drink. Now, I wonder if it will be a drink or a drank, if you understand the difference. Or Darren, I think you're a little sleepy because of a drink.
Yeah. It's nice to not have my muscles in a knot right now, though. I didn't realize how tense I was until they relaxed. Which kind of concerns me.
Well, hopefully we can figure out ways to help with that. But next up is Katie Horton asking from Anapu and from Set. Katie Horton, your positive outlook will lead you to success. Your positive outlook will lead you to success. So keep it up. Keep a positive outlook. And remember, your endeavors will look fruitful. So I think they're telling you stay positive and you will have success. Okay, Ashley asking from Anapu and then Laurel Karakish. Anapu. Ashley, mighty forces will come to your aid. Mighty forces will come to your aid. That's from Anapu. Okay, so Laurel. Laurel, love is the foundation of all things. Love is the foundation of all things. Now, I very much had the sense when they're saying that, they're not talking about necessarily romantic love, but love between people, love for yourself, in the broadest sense. Love is the foundation of all things. Okay, so Kristen and then Luca. Kristen Rebase. Good energy will surround you wherever you go. Good energy will surround you wherever you go. And now Luca. Oh, you got voicemail. That's kind of interesting. So there's not much cookie in here, but there's a fortune. So let's start with this one. Luca, your resilience will shine in the face of surprises. That's the first one. The second one. Today, you'll be the bearer of good surprises. Wow. So, Luca, your resilience will shine in the face of surprises. Today, you'll be the bearer of good surprises. It sounds like you're going to surprise some people by defying some expectations, and by being resilient. So hang in there. Okay, and let's see, Aloni from Sobek and Jehuti, and then Nathaniel from Heru. Okay. And so I'm just also kind of catching some things with the comments. Cookie, please, I'm late today, but I'm here. Okay.
We love you. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah. So, all right, yes, starting with Aloni asking from Jehuti and from Sobek. So, Aloni, anticipate love and cherished moments. Anticipate love and cherished moments. Wow, this is really interesting because, again, what was our first one here? Your heart will have the capacity for love. Your endeavors will look fruitful. Anticipate love and cherished moments. All right, so Nathaniel asking from Heru.
And we're not even in February.
Well, and again, this is not, don't think of it, don't limit it to just romantic love. Because, there's so much more besides that. Excuse me, but, yes, Nathaniel, and we were. Okay. Let's get some care. Okay. Nathaniel, a fulfilling relationship is coming your way. A fulfilling relationship is coming your way. Now, it could be that kind, but it could be something else. But either way, yes, your heart will have a capacity for love, and a fulfilling relationship is coming your way. And Mary Wepawet from the Jackals, and then Zabalin from Set and from Konsu. So Mary Wepawet asking our Jackals. The person who waits to do a great deal of good all at once will never do anything. The person who waits to do a great deal of good all at once will never do anything. So get started and pace yourself. You'll get more done that way. Don't try and do it all at once. The person who waits to do a great deal of good all at once will never do anything. So there you are, Mary Wepawet. Next, Zabalin, Set, and Konsu. And so we've only got one Discord so far from Molly Moth. So we'll read for her, and then assuming if correct me if the pronoun is different, but for Molly, and then sarcastic, I'm sure you want one too. But let's pick up with Zabalin. Asking Konsu, of course, Set's kind of waving back there like, yo. So. Zabalin, your hobby will teach you the importance of balance in life. Your hobby will teach you the importance of balance in life. So cultivate those hobbies. Let's see. All right, so we'll do Molly Mock. Nope. Oh my. Well, Molly Mock got the cookie. So Molly is the good cookie. Okay, and I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Yeah, so I'll have to catch up. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize that was your that was your username, mermaid. I know who you are. Okay. But okay. So now we're picking up with Moonchild, then B, and then Elidita. And again, if I'm saying it wrong, if there's a way you can kind of approximate, the right way to say something, just let me know. But picking up with Moonchild. There is only one success: to be able to live your life in your own way. So, Moonchild, there is only one success: to be able to live your life in your own way. So don't worry about the expectations that other people put on you. Be able to live life on your terms. So now for B. B, you got voicemail. First one, regularly assess and adjust your life priorities. Some rather direct advice. Now the second one. This month, embrace change as a positive force in your life. Wow. B, they're giving you a very specific message here. Regularly assess and adjust your life priorities. This month, embrace change as a positive force in your life. So, some things have changed. Take this opportunity to reevaluate and make some good of it. Regularly assess and adjust your life priorities, and this month, embrace change as a positive force in your life. Okay. Next up, yes, Elidita, and then One Eye. I feel like Toth is wanting to tell me something. Because bird is the word. But first, for Elidita. Oh my. Elidita, you also got the cookie. So you are the cookie today. So, One Eye asking Jehuti. But you know what? If you get an open cookie, refer back to the two that we got, for everyone. So that's still part of the message. And notice that theme infuses pretty much everything that we've gotten. So, Elodita, remember, your heart will have a capacity for love, and your endeavors will look fruitful. So, but One Eye, you have the power to shape your own destiny. You have the power to shape your own destiny. And I feel like Jehuti might be saying, don't worry about anybody else. It says, shape your own destiny. Start with that first. And I feel like he's saying, you cannot help others if you don't, start with yourself. So hopefully that helps, with what you were wondering about. So. Oh, is the difference between being naked and naked? Yeah. Okay, Mrs. Chapel requests prayers of thanks to Anapu for having a cool opportunity to open up. Cool. Alrighty. Okay. ما أخر من هطب نشر مري معهات. دعاء وروت. ما أخر من Uncle Justin. Okay. I'm let's see. Uncle Ben Peshit arise and I shine. Dua. Okay. I was surprised. To the concert. Well, okay. Well, I recognize what you're saying, and they're of course dua. It's offering praise, and henu to kneel in homage before concert. Just kind of give us a little throw some folks a line on what you're doing, because I get it, but I think some other folks who are not as versed are trying to follow along. But okay, and Ashley, I think I fell asleep and missed my cookie. Okay, well let me go back. Yeah. Hotep Madison, peace, beloved brother or sister. Yeah, okay. But yeah, voice I never have a spider reach either. Okay, Lord Arcane 777. Curious about Set's message, if I may. Okay. And love to all, Dua. Oh God, thank you. But okay, so yeah, we got requests for prayers, and then Lord Arcane 777 is asking for a cookie. So and Lucas got to duck out. I hope you have a great weekend, and let's pick up with where we were. And if anybody, if okay, Ashley, you had asked for what yours was. I'll go back and figure out where that was in the list real quick. Let me get Lord Arcane 777. So. You will show what you are capable of. So, Lord Arcane 777, you will show what you are capable of. And Ashley, let's see. Let me see where yours was, because I put them all in order. So let me just scroll back real quick, and I'll count where you were, because I think I know what yours was. Okay, and okay, Katie, thank you for being with us, and you have a great week. Okay, Gabriel. Okay, all right. Let me just scroll back real quick. Let's see. All right. Ashley Spartan. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the fourth one was yours. Okay. And then we'll get Great Gabriel. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ashley, mighty forces will come to your aid. That was your fortune. Mighty forces will come to your aid. And that was from Anapu. So, all right, now it's Gabriel's turn. And then we'll say a prayer because Mrs. Jackal had asked for a prayer of thanksgiving to Anapu, and also prayer to protect innocent people that are being deported. And we'll get to that in just a sec. Gabriel, one who laughs at oneself will not be laughed at by others. One who laughs at themselves will not be laughed at by others. And I think that means, others may try to, but they're not going to get the better of you if you can, not take yourself too seriously. Okay, so we'll read a prayer real quick. If anybody else needed one, just go ahead and put that in there. And let's see. All right. So a prayer, spontaneous one. We're going to ask Anapu. First, we're going to tell him thank you on behalf of Mrs. Jackal. And I'm sure thanks on behalf of a lot of people. Because Anapu, you are the great initiator. You're the one who introduces people to the mysteries, whether they be the mysteries of life and death, or even the mysteries of the other gods. Because how many of us first came to you, and then through you we met the rest of the Aeneid? And so we thank you for the role that you have in teaching us these mysteries and in introducing us, and also to Bastet, because there are many others who come through her first. And that's, I think, because she has so many of her servants that take care of so many people. And we ask you, Anapu, to please continue to look after those who hear you and who serve you and serve your fellow gods. Help us to be mindful of your wisdom. And we thank you for all of these good reminders, because when things seem so difficult, and especially lately, your message has been steadfast in hope and love, and continuing to work hard to take care of ourselves and to remind us that you'll be with us. You'll be right behind us, sometimes right in front of us, guiding the way. We thank you for that, and we ask you to keep guiding those that are lost, whether that's mentally or physically. If they don't know where where to turn next. And may your fellow god Upwo, to the opener of the ways, guide them to the places that they need to be, to whether that be safety, to opportunities, to new people, or to old friends, or long lost family, whatever it may be. And may they hear you and follow your lead. We ask this in the name of Ra. All right. Dua Nacharanapu, Dua Alkoja Sened Marimat. And Gabriel could also please have a prayer for my mom. She's been really depressed and full of anxiety recently. And there's one other thing I'll read. It should be in here. Actually, here we go. Because this is based off of a prayer originally to Amun-Ra. So we can address it to him, but also to Anupu and to Bastet. May you grant life, prosperity, and health, alertness, favors, and affection. And may you also grant relief from anxiety and depression for those who are struggling with it. May our eyes see you every day as ones righteous who set you in their hearts. Supply our needs of bread and drink and guard our mouths in speaking. Come to us and give us counsel. Make us heedful of your wisdom. When one appeals to you, you come from afar. Lend your ears to the lonely and the poor. May you give breath to those who are wretched and bread to those who have none. Guardians of the weak, may you set the oppressed free, and let your blessings surpass all wealth. All right, let's go ahead and say our prayers to let the offerings endure. But if anybody else has any other requests, we won't sign off until we've gotten everybody. So
last call for wisdom, y'all.
Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Yunu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure. It's the name of Atum, foremost of the great in need, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shenit in Yunu, endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Asat in Necheru endures. As the name of Sutech in Nibet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Chomenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Anupu, O Bastet. You have come in peace, O Yonachuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Anupu, Bastet. May you go forth in peace, O Yonachuru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay. And again, if anybody has any other requests, let me check those. Yeah. Thank you, King of Wicca. That just that was pure inspiration. I may have to go back and listen to it to write some of that down. But some of you, we were showing something off, before we got really good and going. Kind of a, it's not officially up yet, but I did get a proof in for another book, and this is for the Mesopotamian goddess Ishtar, aka Inanna, and this is, I'll bring it a little closer because some folks hadn't seen it yet, and it's quite the thick book. But about half of it is actually rituals to go through, an entire year. But I just need to, correct the file and order another proof, and then it'll be ready. So it should be beginning of next month.
And the title of it is?
In Praise of Ishtar, Modern Day Worship of the Ancient Goddess. So, yes. By so. Oh, and guys, wish me luck this weekend. We're working on the video for this month. If you're on Patreon, the outtakes are already up, and that's kind of a sneak preview of what we'll be talking about. But tomorrow we get to play with small-scale pyrotechnics in the backyard.
We're gonna blow stuff up.
Yeah. We're gonna see if we can, approximate a tchotchke board with firecrackers. So. Should be lots of fun. Last night I was playing with some stop motion, and it came out really fun. So, all for a book review. So stay tuned. All right. So kind of powerful. All right. Some power. Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining us and participating, and glad to have everyone as always, and lots of love, including the folks who had to step out because it's getting late, or other things called. Just be safe and have a great week, and we'll see you next Friday, between 8:30 and 8:45 Central Time. So that's remember, it's an hour ahead if you're on the East Coast and 2 hours behind if you're on the West Coast. So lots of love.
Same cat time.
Yeah, same cat time, same cat channel. So.
Bye, Tut. I've been near.
Yeah. Oh well. And by the way, if you need me to stick around and pull a cookie for you or something, as soon as I sign off, I can do that too. So just hold tight. Lots of love, guys. Bye bye. Peace, family. Oh, absolutely. I'll put just an All right. Be safe and well. And have a great week. And
It's really very sketchy.
yes, Ujjayi is kind of is Coptic for be well. So. All right. See you guys soon.